Hello, friends. I am Mrs. Imagination, Angela Imagination. You can call me either one. Today's picture book is really quite different from others that I generally read, but I think you'll find it so interesting. To help us get ready for it, let's see what's inside my basket. Wow, I think we've seen this before. This is a globe of the world. All the continents and countries of the world. Oh yeah, there's the United States, South America. Wow, interesting. What else is in here? Something else round, an apple. Okay, I'll wait. What is this? This is an instruction booklet. This particular book of instructions tells how to make this claw to grab and pick up things. Oh, that would be fun to have. Instructions for that. Wow. Well, I wonder what our book is today. Ready to see? How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World by Marjorie Priceman. So Marjorie Priceman wrote the words and she did the illustrations. Okay, I have a question. My question is, what do you already know just by reading the title? How to make an apple pie. Are we going to learn how to make an apple pie? Are we going to travel around the whole world? The whole world, part of the world, another world? Oh, well, so many questions. The only way to know is to open the book and read. Oh, look at this. This is on the inside cover. What a wonderful map of the world. Oh, this is our main character. Let's read. Making an apple pie is really very easy. First, get all the ingredients at the market. Mix them well, bake, and serve. Unless, of course, the market is closed. In that case, go home and pack a suitcase. Take your shopping list and some walking shoes. Then catch a steamboat bound for Europe. Use the 6 days on board to brush up on your Italian. If you time it right, you'll arrive in Italy at harvest time. Find a farm deep in the countryside. Gather some superb semolina wheat. An armful or two will do. Then hop a train to France and locate a chicken. French chickens lay elegant eggs, and you only want the finest ingredients for your pie. Coax the chicken to give you an egg. Better yet, bring the chicken with you. There's less chance of breaking the egg that way. Get to Sri Lanka any way you can. You can't miss it. Sri Lanka is a pear-shaped island in the Indian Ocean. The best cinnamon in the world is made there from the bark of the native corundu tree. So go directly to the rainforest, Find a corundum tree and peel off some bark. If a leopard is napping beneath the tree, be very quiet. Hitch a ride to England. Make the acquaintance of a cow. You'll know she's an English cow from her good manners and charming accent. Ask if you can borrow a cup or two of milk. Even better, bring the whole cow with you for the freshest possible results. Stow away on a banana boat headed to Jamaica. On your way there, you can pick up some salt. Fill a jar with salty seawater. When the boat docks in Jamaica, walk to the nearest sugar plantation. Introduce yourself to everyone. Tell them about the pie you're making. Then go into the fields and cut a few stalks of sugar cane. Better fly home. You don't want the ingredients to spoil. Wait a minute, aren't you forgetting something? What about the apples? Have the pilot drop you off in Vermont. You won't have to go far to find an apple orchard. Pick 8 rosy apples from the top of the tree. Give 1 to the chicken, 1 to the cow, and eat 1 yourself. That leaves 5 for the pie. Then hurry home. Now, all you have to do is mill the wheat into flour, grind the corundum bark into cinnamon, evaporate the seawater from the salt, boil the sugar cane, persuade the chicken to lay an egg, milk the cow, churn the milk into butter, slice the apples, mix the ingredients, and bake the pie. While the pie is cooling, invite some friends over to share it with you. Remember, apple pie is delicious topped with vanilla ice cream, which you can get at the market. But if the market happens to be closed, you can eat it plain. Oh, I do like that. Oh, and look what they have at the end. Mrs. Imagination almost forgot to show you. There's an actual apple pie recipe. It tells how to make the crust and how to make the apple pie. Well, I'm going to read part of this. For the crust, it says 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 cup of butter, 1/2 cup of ice water, and 1 egg yolk. Now, all those ingredients were in our book. Let's see what else. 5 to 7 apples. This is for the filling. 3/4 cup of sugar. That comes from the sugar cane. 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and 2 tablespoons of butter. Wasn't that nice of Marjorie Priceman, Marjorie Priceman to give us an actual recipe? That's cool. So what did you think about the book? Oh, wow. I thought Mrs. Imagination just loved Marjorie Priceman's imagination. You know, she could have just written a recipe. But she combined apples and apple pies with seeing the world. And she gave us the recipe or instructions. Oh, I see why these things were in the basket. But you know, her imagination, she turned making a pie into an adventure, didn't she? In fact, do you remember the map at the beginning of our story? It actually shows getting on a boat. Here, where's the pear-shaped island? I'm not sure where Sri Lanka is. It's somewhere. Pear, that kind of looks like a pear. I don't know. But then here's Italy and France and England. Yeah, Italy had the wheat. France had the chickens. And England had the cow. All right, there's the banana boat. Got the salt water and then the cane sugar. They flew back to Vermont and got the apples. Wow, that map just shows where all they went. That's a part of the book too, and it didn't even have the words. That's so interesting. You know, to write this book, Marjorie Priceman had to do a lot of research. Do you know what research is? Research is when you actually ask questions. So she had to ask, what do I need to make the crust? And the crust needs, let's turn to the recipe, it needs flour. Well, I can go to the store, but you remember the market was closed? If I wanted to make my own flour, I would have to have wheat. And she said the best semolina wheat is in Italy. And I'll need salt and butter. Butter comes from milk. I can take butter and turn it, milk and turn it into butter by shaking, shaking, shaking. Egg. Oh, and she said France had the best eggs. So she did research. Where are the finest eggs? Where would the best milk be? She did a lot of research. And the interesting thing about, one more interesting thing about this book is that it taught us something. It taught a process, but it made it fun. And I just love how we learned about the different places. We just learned so much. Did you like how to make an apple pie and see the world? I know I did. It was a great book, and I loved sharing it with you. If you want to see the activities that go with this book, you can find them in part 2 of How to Make an Apple Pie and See the World. It is so enjoyable spending time together while we read a picture book. I hope you'll want to come back again. Until then, see ya.